Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name is Paul Sillers of Firewalls for Now and Firewall News. Today we're going to be looking at the new Sophos XG310 revision 2. So this is the next evolution of the XG310. We see some increase in performance from throughput, change in CPUs with inside the units, and increased memory, those type of things, increased storage, and more options for expansion as well. So I thought it'd be good to have a look at this because it has changed slightly. I've unpacked it. It's a 10 kilo box. I'm not going to be able to do it in the space that I have without dropping bits on the floor. So I thought I'd just go through and show you some of the bits that you're going to get in the box. So as standard, obviously to start with, you're going to get power cable for your region. We're in Australia here. So Australian connector on that end, IEC, sometimes referred to a kettle lead on that end. So nothing really exciting about there. The unit is fairly heavy, and the nice thing is that Sophos, even though these are probably slightly thin and not overly strong, they have provided some fittings to be able to connect this to the back of the rack. So obviously you're going to put rack ears here on the front, put the unit, these are going to come down the sides of the unit and then mount at the back of the rack. It just stops that bit of sag. Often you try and find with these firewalls that you're trying to put it above a switch or something to give it some support so it doesn't sag down. This is a nice way. You get rack ears in the box, which we'll have a look at the moment, but it's always nice to be able to fit it at the back. This isn't going to give you slide. You can't be able to slide it backwards and forwards, but once it's at least mounted there, you know it's going to be solid. So good thought there. Sophos is starting to get their branding together in the way that they package all of these. You get a nice little welcome box in the unit now. Get your quick start guide. I'll just take these out for you. You get a quick start guide. You get all of your safety instructions, regulations. You're going to get how to mount the rack brackets, and you're going to get the test certificate for the item. Probably of most of the vendors, it's probably the stingiest cable. It's probably an 1 meter white Ethernet cable. And you get a small USB to mini USB cable that you can use to plug into the device. And in here, let me just put that box down there for the moment. You will get the standard right angle, I don't know whether you can see them that well, there you go. Rack ears, and a whole bunch of mounting screws, some rubber feet if you want to put this on a shelf or on a desk or whatever and not going to rack mount it, so you get some airflow around it, and just a couple of additional brackets to help you mount this in the rack a little bit more effectively. So that's probably the boring bits. You probably want to actually have a look at the unit itself. Nice and white now. We've moved on to full white. If I just show you the top there, got a bit of Sophos branding on it. So as I said, this is the XG310 revision 2. So we start over here. We've got LED console, allows you to scroll through, look at the IP addresses and various other system settings. So quite a nice setup point. You've got a console connection over here with a couple of USBs. Now, as with the small desktop devices, these are essentially PCs. You get an HDMI output on the back of these, along with USB inputs. So you could connect a monitor, a keyboard and a mouse to this and access the unit directly. Can sometimes be used if you're needing to reset the firmware on these and connect up a USB hard drive, CD drive, DVD drive. There's obviously a limited amount of stuff that you can do while connected, but it is a get out of jail free card on there. You'll then see as we start moving along here, interesting in the port numbering. So just this one down in the bottom corner here, I won't just put my finger on it, that's your LAN port, and then the next one along here is your first WAN port. Intriguing on these that they don't go up, down, up, down, up, down, so we seem to have gone along. We've got port 5 or so somewhere up the top there. We've got 8 fast Ethernet ports, and then you've got 4 SFP ports along here as well. And then you've got option there for a single expansion module. There's a number of modules available for these, 10 gig interfaces, multiple 1 gigs, additional SFPs, and I believe there's some new modules coming that will allow true pass-through, so you could pretty much put this in a wiretap style mode without making any changes to the network, and it would just be a seamless in and out Ethernet cable, but you'd still be able to use some of the analytics based inside this box. Let's turn that round for you. On the back there you've got the power input up this end, on-off switch, then you've got USB connector, and HDMI, and the fans. So like I said, this is the Sophos XG310 revision 2, slightly upgraded model. Hopefully that's been useful to have a look at what you get in the box. My name is Paul Sillers of Firewalls for Now and Firewall News.